Hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning. As you can see, it's really cold this morning. At some time in the evening, I don't know if it's a timer or if we just turn it off, but we just turn off the heater because we're all in bed, warm blankets. But when you get out, it's freezing. The reason why we're moving from our current residence is one, it doesn't keep in the insulation's pretty bad. It's an older house and doesn't have good insulation. So it's kind of cold in here. But it is cold. It is the morning, but we wake up, we are alive, and we are thriving. Thank you for joining me in the journey. Again, we're going through Proverbs. We are on day 72 in the Proverbs, 12 through 13 in the ESV. Let me go ahead and read this, and we'll go over it and kind of just have our little devotion together. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I appreciate you being here, whether it's in the morning, just like now, or afternoon, dinner time, right before you go to bed, whatever the case. Hope this time is encouraging and uplifting and you learn something, or just thank you for spending time. All right, here we go. Proverbs 12 to 13 in the ESV. Whoever is wicked covets the spoil of evildoers, but the root of the righteous bear fruit. An evil man is ensnared by the transgressions of his lips, but the righteous escapes from trouble. All right, let's go ahead. Whoever is wicked, okay, this is the wicked person, but the root of the righteous, okay, here we go. The wicked covets the spoils of evildoers. The righteous bears fruits. An evil man is ensnared by the transgressions of his lips. Excuse me. But the righteous escapes from trouble. All right. So verse 12, the wicked. Remember, the wicked is was someone, and we talked about this, and I would recommend you go ahead and read our baseline. Our baseline is things for people who are righteous, who are following God, mostly considered the righteous, and there's a long list that will help you of our baseline of things that as a follower of Jesus Christ, someone who seeks after God and accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior. Um, what we strive for, what we kind of ideals in which to try to reach. I'm not saying that we are there. We're trying to reach it because we are imperfect, fallible, and we are not perfect. So I said that twice, but we try to get there. We are constantly being sanctified by the blood of Jesus Christ to be more like him. And the baseline is what it means to be more like him. Again, yes, we are born as sinners through Adam, the first man who has sinned. Oh, we could go into that later, the second man. But that's what we're going for. Anyways, the wicked is not that. Because the wicked covets the spoils of evildoers. And basically what the wicked does is that they desire things that other evildoers do. And what do they desire? Profit, uh, ill-gotten success, ill-gotten gains is kind of what they say. Um, and through their evil desires, they get the rewards that they get. And again, it may seem profitable at first, but in the end, um, the consequences are there that the results of the things they do is destruction that they personally in their own lives and the destruction of other people. And so their desires, they're drawn to that, the things that are wicked, and I guess you could say that, the thing I could say is, someone who has addictive personalities, um, I guess I never experienced it myself, but the trope that kinda comes up is that when someone's like a druggie, someone who has an addiction through drugs, they do whatever they can to obtain said drugs when they don't have any more, going to their drug dealer to purchase. And if they don't have any money to purchase, they start selling things. In the comments, you can tell me if this is true about that. I see it in the movies, um, documentaries, just things like that, and they end up destroying their own lives, their families, their household, and everything like that when they're drawn to that because um, they're just addicted, and I think it is an evil thing to follow those addictions, especially if it's destructive. I guess if you want to have a good addiction, a good addiction would be addicted to reading the Bible or something like that. But if it's a destructive thing that destroys yourself and the people around you, yeah, that's not a good addiction, and it's evil that it destroys others and yourself. But the root of the righteous bears fruit. And so when you hear root, think of like a tree. It is the base of a tree, and the stronger the root, the stronger the tree. And the root gets all the nourishment, it grows from that spot. And if it's good, and again, the righteous, if they're following the baseline, you bear fruit, and it's noticeable. And the desire of the righteous is a positive thing that looks for the growth of yourself and growth of others. The words that come out of their mouth is positive. In contrast, the words that come out of the wicked's mouth is negative. And we heard and we talked about it before. It may be positive at first, but they have insidious, insidious intentions. And so, whatever your desire is, basically the shaping of what you want for the future. So, if your desire is evil, then your future is going to be evil and destructive. But if your desire is good and positive, then yeah, the things that come into your future because of the things that you're trying to do is a positive thing. Your intentions are positive. That's why people who are wise and righteous, people look up to them because they know that they are people of integrity. They're trying their best, and the words that come out of their mouth is life giving. And so because they're rooted in this idea of positivity and following Christ and Jesus wants us to love others. And so they're loving of others and also like making disciples and all those things. But that's the root, the baseline. We're trying to go that way. So that's verse 12. Verse 13, an evil man is ensnared by the transgressions of his lips. So whatever comes out, we're going to the lips again. Um, whatever comes out of your lips is kind of what who you are from out of your did I say that? What you say from out of your heart comes your words. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so your intentions, your desires will eventually basically oops, come out through your lips. The things you say reveals your heart. And so, yeah, if you're an evil man, um, what happens is ensnared means like your own trap. Have you heard of that idea of being caught in your lie? And I have had discussions with my students about this. Once you lie once, you have to keep on with that lie for a while. I'm not, it may be stressful, but you have to keep it up. You get ensnared, you get trapped in that lie, and eventually the truth comes out. But the thing is, uh, the deceptive words and the evil, I just say deceptive lies, deceptive words that come in your mouth, you have to keep up the deception. And it's not a positive thing because you're not you're not being truthful and you're lying. It's just that's just the thing. Um, Now let's look at if you're being aggressive or making threats. When you're making threats, what happens is, if you do unto others as you do unto yourself, you're threatening violence towards another person. That means you yourself are a target of violence because the things you do is what you would like to do that you deserve that. And so you need to be careful of that. Well, that's for righteous people. People could be careful, but the evil person will just be ensnared by it and just go continue in that. I wonder, how hard it is to get out. So I see these videos of people who get called out, and I wonder if I'm thinking of these protesters who yell in the face of other people, and it's obviously a negative act. And in my mind, I guess in my perspective, when you're protesting, but it's a violent protest. I wonder if they continue to do those violent protests and don't introspectively think about, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Is kind of a bad thing. What the heck? How are those people the people who are ensnared by the transgressions that's in their actions and their words? That they are, it's like an addiction or something. Uh, So instead of an addiction with substances, it's an addiction with your words, and you get stuck in it. I don't know. That's an interesting thing to think about. But again, the second part of verse 13 is the righteous escapes troubles because the things that come out of their mouth is positive and uplifting and encouraging and righteous, right? I'm not saying anything that comes there this is right, but the intention is that you want to uplift, encourage, and kind of help other people. And because they're doing that, they're escaping trouble. Their intention is pure. And so they escape trouble. And then there's not really a reason to receive it. But I do see videos and stuff and of people trying to use logic and calmness to talk to those who are protesting and violent and very aggressive. So it's an interesting thing to see um, when people are arguing with each other. The one who is angry and forceful and aggressive versus the person who is calm and thoughtful and intuitive. I do like I do respect the person who is calm. There's something about it. Um, Maybe it's because I read about it that being calm is a thing, but it does feel like the person who is loud and aggressive um doesn't seem like it doesn't make them stronger. It just makes them more violent. And that's not praiseworthy. What is praiseworthy is the person who is calm, respectful, um, calm, respectful to others, logical, and kind of trying to hear what other people are saying. But I don't know. So I guess if there's a takeaway, for fathers and mothers out there who are parents, yes, your kids will snap at you and be sarcastic and everything, but we have to be adults, be calm, and collected, and without malice or anything, just kind of speak with calmness and like that. So that's what I try to do, but I know that I get emotional sometimes with my son, and angry and everything, but I don't want to get that way. I want to My intention is to lift up and grow them into people who will be able to be like that, to think about what they say and be calm and not use um, violence and aggression as a way to argue. There's nothing wrong with arguing. You can argue. Arguing is part of life. You have to have discourse with other people. It's that's how we come to agreements or disagreements. We could agree to agree or agree to disagree. Um, those are things, but you have to have that talk. That's what I think. Anyways, um, that's all I got for today. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. I feel like this is the time where I put on some music or something, but whatever. I'll see you guys next time.